Chapter 1: The Reality of Low-Income Living. Have you ever wondered how difficult it can be to live on a low income? Let's take a moment to delve into this reality, not to discourage, but to understand, empathize, and find ways to overcome. Imagine trying to stretch a thin paycheck to cover all the essentials. Food, a roof over your head, healthcare. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. Yet, for many individuals and families, these basics can be a struggle to afford. Every day becomes a balancing act, a game of trade-offs. Do you buy groceries for the week, or do you keep the lights on? Do you fill a prescription, or do you fix the leaky roof? These are the kinds of choices that no one should have to make, but they are a stark reality for those living on a low income. And let's not forget about the emotional toll. The constant worry about making ends meet, the stress of unexpected expenses, the fear of falling further into debt. It's a lot to bear, and it's important to recognize this, because understanding is the first step to making a change. But amidst these challenges, there is resilience. There is creativity. There are countless stories of individuals and families who, despite their circumstances, find ways to rise above. They stretch their dollars, they make sacrifices, they find creative solutions to keep their heads above water. So, why are we talking about this? Because it's important to understand the realities of low-income living. It's crucial to acknowledge the struggles, the sacrifices, the resilience. It's essential to realize that these challenges are not due to a lack of effort or a lack of desire to do better. They are a result of limited resources, of circumstances often beyond one's control. But more importantly, we are discussing this because we believe in the power of change. We believe that, with the right tools, resources, and mindset, anyone can navigate these challenges and improve their financial situation. Living on a low income is a daunting challenge, but it's not impossible to overcome. This is our starting point, a place of understanding and empathy. And from here, we begin our journey towards empowerment and financial stability. Chapter 2: Effective Budgeting. A key weapon in the battle against low income is effective budgeting. Now, you might be thinking, I've heard this before: budgeting, budgeting, budgeting. But stick with me, because I promise, it's not as dreary as it sounds. In fact, it's like a game of chess, where every move counts. So, let's dive right in. First things first, let's talk about tracking your income and expenses. It's like keeping a scorecard of your financial game. You need to jot down every penny that comes in and goes out. It might sound tedious, but it's a game changer. When you've got a clear picture of where your money is going, you can start making strategic moves to save more. Next, it's time to prioritize, and this is where it gets tricky. It's about distinguishing between your needs and wants. It's human to want the latest smartphone or that cute pair of shoes, but remember, we're playing a strategic game here. So, focus on what you need: food, shelter, healthcare, the essentials. The wants, they can wait until you've got some extra pawns on the board. Now, let's talk about the unexpected. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, and these can be expensive. That's why it's important to plan for emergencies. Set aside a little bit from your income every month, even if it's just a tiny amount. Think of it as your secret weapon, ready to be deployed when you need it most. And remember, budgeting isn't about denying yourself of life's pleasures. It's about understanding your financial landscape and making smart moves. It's about playing the long game, where patience and strategy pay off. So, take control of your financial chessboard. Start tracking your income and expenses. Distinguish between your needs and wants. Plan for those unexpected curveballs. Remember, a well-planned budget is your first step towards financial stability. Chapter 3. Cutting unnecessary expenses. Another way to survive on a low income is by cutting unnecessary expenses. But how do you figure out what's unnecessary? Well, it's simple. First, jot down all your expenses and categorize them. Essentials like rent, utilities, groceries, and health care are non-negotiables. But then, there are other expenses that aren't quite as necessary. Cooking at home, for example, can save you a surprising amount of money over time. Not only does it cut down on the cost of dining out, but it also gives you control over your meals, allowing you to make healthier choices. Plus, there's a certain satisfaction that comes from preparing your own food. Transportation is another area where you can cut costs. If you live in an area with public transportation, consider using it instead of maintaining a car. Not only will you save on gas, insurance, and maintenance costs, but you're also helping the environment. Entertainment is another category that's worth examining. There are countless ways to have fun without breaking the bank. From hiking in the local park to hosting a movie night at home, the possibilities are endless. Remember, cutting unnecessary expenses isn't about denying yourself the things you love. It's about making smart choices that allow you to enjoy life while staying within your means. By cutting unnecessary expenses, you can stretch your income further than you might think. Chapter 4. Accessing resources. Let's not forget about the multitude of resources available to those struggling with low income. In every community, there are resources designed to provide aid and relief in tough times. Food banks, for example, are a lifeline for many. They offer free food to those who need it, from canned goods to fresh produce, helping to alleviate the pressure of grocery bills. And then there are free clinics. These facilities provide critical healthcare services at no cost. From routine checkups to urgent care, these clinics can be a game changer when medical bills seem too daunting. Government assistance programs are also there to lend a hand. Whether it's through housing subsidies, utility assistance, or educational grants, these programs can help bridge the gap between what you earn and what you need to survive. What's more, there are also numerous online platforms that offer free or low-cost educational resources. Acquiring new skills or brushing up on existing ones can open doors to better job opportunities and thus a potential increase in income. It's important to remember that these resources are not handouts, they're a helping hand. They exist to support people through challenging times and to empower them towards self-sufficiency. So, don't hesitate to tap into these resources. Seek them out, ask questions, and make use of what's available. Remember, every little bit helps when you're trying to make ends meet. Never feel ashamed to use these resources. They exist to help you. Chapter 5. The Power of Side Hustles. Ever thought about earning some extra cash through side hustles? It's a question that's been on the lips of many, especially those trying to stretch a dollar into seeming like a dozen. But what exactly is a side hustle? Let's delve into it. A side hustle, my friends, is essentially an additional job or task that you take on alongside your main source of income. It's a way to generate some extra cash, and often it's something you're passionate about or have a knack for. Let's take online freelancing, for instance. Picture this. You're a whiz with words, a sorcerer of syntax. You could use this skill to freelance as a copywriter or proofreader. Or perhaps you're more visually inclined, with a flair for creating stunning graphics. In that case, why not offer design services? Websites like Upwork or Fiverr are bustling marketplaces for such skills. Now, if you're more of an animal lover, pet sitting could be your gold mine. Look after your neighbor's furry friends while they're away and make a pretty penny doing something you love. Or, if you're the crafty type, why not turn that hobby into a profit? From handmade candles to custom jewelry, the world is your oyster. The beauty of side hustles is that they allow you to tap into your skills and interests, all while earning extra cash. Whether it's a few hours a week or a dedicated weekend gig, side hustles can help to ease the financial crunch. And who knows, it might even grow into a full-time venture. But remember, it's not just about the money. Side hustles can also be a fantastic way to explore new fields, network with potential employers, and even learn new skills. They can be the stepping stones to bigger and better opportunities. So next time you're sitting there, wondering how to make ends meet, remember the power of side hustles. Side hustles not only supplement your income, but can also open doors to new opportunities. Chapter 6: Recap and Motivation. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We've unpacked the reality of low-income living, acknowledging the significant challenges it presents. Yet, despite these hurdles, we've also delved into the power of effective budgeting. By scrutinizing our spending and prioritizing our needs, we can stretch even a small income further. We've also explored the importance of cutting unnecessary expenses. Sometimes we may find that what we thought was essential is actually optional. It's about making smart decisions that benefit our financial health in the long run. Next, we delve into the wealth of resources out there. From community programs to online tools, there's a multitude of help available if we're willing to reach out and utilize it. Lastly, we've discussed the potential of side hustles. These extra income streams can not only supplement our earnings, but also offer a sense of empowerment and financial control. Remember, the challenges of low income are real, but with determination and the right tools, you can overcome them.